Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Tower of Guns. So, it's actually been a fair while since I played this game. I guess I technically played a little bit of it yesterday, but that was on the train with an Xbox 360 controller, and let me tell you, that is very hard to do. First-person shooters are not very great on, like, a controller, and, I have a lot of respect for those people that, played excessive amounts of Halo and Call of Duty and whatnot using a controller. It's just not my thing. But, a lot of respect for that, but I would never do it myself. And so I was trying to play this game with a 360 controller, and I think I made it 2 rooms in before just getting my face handed to me, actually by falling off a platform, which is strange because my movement is usually pretty good with the 360 controller, but not so much there. Anyway, so today we are running the Constellation Charger and Junkman, and originally I was going to be playing Egon's Pride, but I loaded in the game, looked at my gun, and I'm like, this does not look like Egon's Pride. There's nothing prideful about this gun, and in fact, its name just kind of implies sadness. And something exploded over here, I have no idea what, but it dropped something up there, and I'm not able to get it. But, you know what? Who knows? And there's no way I'm going to be able to get those either. So, shame. So, you asked for it, and I guess you're getting it. This is a Junkman run, or, if my previous runs are taken into account, a please don't leave me run, because I'm always begging for the pickups to not leave me, so I don't actually have to worry about collecting them all, which is actually going to be really useful for me, mainly because it means I can focus on fighting the enemies, and I can get the pickups and power-ups later, which is good. It also means that, the big old health pickups that are sitting on the ground, I don't actually have to worry about them going away. So if I take some later damage later on in this specific room, I can come back for them. That said, I still think Junkman is probably one of the least useful, or at least more situational, of all of the perks, if only because, like, if you're doing a really good run, Junkman is probably the least useful, for you, for me, I guess it's for me, but they're it's the least useful perk for us, because when it comes down to it, Junkman is... Like, if you're doing a really good run, then why do you even need Junkman? Why do I even need those health pickups there? But, at the same time, I'm not going to just flat out discount the usefulness before really giving it a try, and considering we're, almost at weapon level 3, and, ooh, are we about to go into the boss chamber? Hard to say. But, we're doing fairly well. We're great on health. In fact, I think I've barely even gotten hit. I think that's the boss chamber. And I don't think there's any... Oh, there was one thing down below that I should get, and I should have gotten it before going up. I'm going to feel really... Well, I feel really stupid for going out of my way to get this. But one simple little EXP orb, and we might as well pick up the health power-ups, considering I fell down and took a lot of damage. Is that all of them? I guess... Oh, no, there's one more big health token. Yeah, definitely should not have fallen down like that. I was really hoping I could get up to weapon level 3, if only barely, which would give us at least a slight edge on, presumably, the boss when we go through here. I don't think there are any secret areas that I know about that I can reach, anyway. So let's go through, and who are we going to fight? Mama Spinbot? Mama Spinbot. Took a little bit for her textures to load, which I always think is kind of a hilarious thing. So this gun... Oh, geez. She's in the bomber mode in comparison to, like, one of her usual modes. So I'm just going to kind of hang back in the corner, because she can't actually hit me like this. She's going to send out a couple of bombs and explodey bits. Ow. Not much I could have done there, but we don't have to worry about the pickups going away. So we actually can kind of take our sweet time getting through and grabbing everything. Now, we got the turbo button, which is, if you've seen my videos or you haven't, it's a speed boost, which is useful, but not that useful, because I more often than not find myself careening into really stupid places because of it. At this point I'm full health, so I'm just kind of wandering around picking up everything. Oh, yep, there are more pickups. The question is, can I even get to them? Well, I can get up to these, and we're actually... Oh, there's a ramp. Okay. For a second, I thought I saw them disappear, and I was like, well, that would just kind of bite. Junkman, doesn't do as advertised. Kind of like Major Moose with the fire mines, which... Let me tell you, I'm still... It's like 5, 6, 10 runs after, my experimentation with the fire mines. I'm still salty about the fire mines being... the worst weapon mod in the game. Unless they get changed in like a hotfix or something that I don't know about, they're useless. What? I found all the secrets? So there are more. I guess maybe just things on platforms above you that you can't reach don't count as secrets. Anyway, we're going into the foundry. Before starting this run, I was thinking, it's like, well, maybe I should do Fire Force, if only so I can get, you know, go swimming in lava. But it's like, there's no guarantee that there's even going to be lava, so why even bother? Well, I jumped over the saw blade. I don't even know how that's possible. But I'm just going to get the heck out of dodge because spikes. I hate spiky balls. Spiky balls are terrifying. So we've got, ooh, a health upgrade just ready and waiting for us. I like. Not that health pickups are the most useful thing in the world, but especially with Junkman going, we're pretty much going to stay topped off the entire time. Unless, you know, I start making stupid mistakes, take heavy amounts of damage. And considering we're not going into the Gearworks, we're not going to be running into that one room with all the, like, lift things and the spiky balls at the end that always, you know, murders my face in a fairly terrible way. Okay, so a little bit of coinage, a little bit of EXP. Probably not going to put us up to bottom level 4, but you know what? Can't complain. So let's see what's down here. I don't think there are any enemies that are going to shoot at me, but there are a couple of power-ups. I'm going to see if I can tease them away with magnetism, okay? Yeah, okay, so that's a coin. The coin is tempting, but not tempting enough to be worth it for the damage I'm going to take. Trying to go over there, and I believe, yeah, I'm not going to be anywhere close to the coin, so magnetism range would be pointless. At least we got a lot of health pickups over here, which will put us solidly at max. Can I tease this one? Nope. Okay, and I don't know if any secret areas in this room either. Maybe I have to go up, or more than likely... oh, I know where it is. Sorta. There we go. Probably one of the weirder uses of that gun, or not gun, that activated item I've ever used. But it does not look like I'll be able to get there, and it does not look like there's anything behind. I think there's a secret area like right up here-ish that you can get to, only if you have a couple of jumps, and preferably Fire Force so you don't take the extra damage from the lava. But considering I have neither of those things, it's not even worth experimenting. And I'll try that in a couple of runs. I think I mentioned this a little while ago, or I was like in the process of explaining it, but I want to do not a challenge run, but in 2 episodes from now, I believe this is episode 48, I want to do a run that's purely flight, where, you know, if I'm doing flight, speed boost won't matter, but, actually speed boost might matter, but like extra jumps I think would be pointless, or at least not something that would help me out, especially while flying. And I'd be trying to fly throughout the entire level. Now, the one caveat is, from what I've noticed, flight is really hard to control in this game. It's not exactly like you just go in the direction your cursor is pointing-ish. I didn't spend a whole lot of time experimenting with it, because the problem with flight is I'd be tempted to look for all the secret areas. And considering, you know, it'll be episode 50 in a couple of runs, it'll be one of those where it's like, you know what? I think at long last I'm ready to just go exploring to, you know, my heart's content, to the point where, you know, I can check every nook and cranny. So it's probably going to be either a very long episode. Ooh, probably shouldn't have picked up that pickup. And here's why. Now, normally I don't go, like, just chucking through the lava unless I really have to, but the turbo... Oh, I was pressing E. It's like, why am I not tilting? No, the turbo thing is actually really useful, because it meant I could more or less just launch myself across the room. I have a little bit more respect for it now. Anyway, so as far as episode 50 goes, I'm going to be, you know, flying up all the nooks and crannies, seeing if I can get out of the level. There are probably going to be an insane number of jump cuts just to keep it from being a 2-hour-long episode, if only because that would take me probably 20 hours to upload, and that would be nonsense. Holy shit. So those are a bunch of super cannons down there. I was like, oh, I'll just kind of like run around the back and be okay. And then I noticed what I was going to be tangoing with, and oh, come on. This is where things go south-ish. Actually, I don't know how that thing died. Oh, this is a ramp that brings things up, of course. Well, considering these pickups aren't going away, why am I even bothering to go after them right now? Because I have bigger and better fish to fry, and by fry, I mean not die trying to, you know, get all the loot for, because I guess the Junkman isn't so much like, you know, no, don't leave me. It's just be patient and you'll get your reward, as opposed to like run all over the place because everything is going to, you know, leave you and then it'll be frustrating. And that's a might pickup, and we have more than enough money to afford it, which is a huge boon for us. We're also going to be probably back up to full health by the end of this, which is great. And I don't know, things are looking up. As long as we don't run into the warehouse, I think we'll be fine, unless we pick up an extra jump. And even if we do go to the warehouse, I'm probably just going to run straight through it, out of sheer terror. And mainly because the rewards of running around in the warehouse are, I'm not going to say slim to none, but the rewards usually don't outweigh the amount of damage you take. And you know what? For a super cannon shooting me in the face earlier, that actually worked out pretty well for me. Get back here. Oh, jeez. That was unintentional. So, if you're wondering why I just kind of weirdly slingshotted off, that thing's a ramp there, and, you know, speeds things up. And when I jumped, I had a fair amount of, like, initial momentum that was able to just rocket me across the level. And I really wish I had something like that for the opposite direction, because there's some stuff over there that I'd really like. And I do have the, you know, 3366 megahertz turbo button, but I don't have enough of, like, a walkway and a double jump. So the chances of me, well, I'd survive, but I'd definitely take damage trying to go across. And that's, yeah, I just wouldn't be able to get enough. And I did get the might pickup, right? I think so. I'm going to double check just in case, because that would be hideously embarrassing if I didn't. Oh, and I fell. Sorry about that, but it is the name of the game. And, yeah, I think I got a comment, or saw a comment a little bit ago from probably David again. But I'm actually a very forgetful person, especially with this game, because there's a lot going on, a lot to keep track of. And, oh, come on. I'm just jumping to keep myself interested in, you know, favor of going up the roving walkway. And, of course, I managed to fall down because I'm hugging the edge a little bit too closely. I apologize. Anyway, I'm a very forgetful person. I usually have a lot of trouble with people's names. I usually have a lot of trouble with passwords. I can never remember passwords. And yeah, I guess I remember them, but it always takes like 6 tries, and I have to reset my password a couple of times. I think it's like Google will not let you reset your password. Like when you choose a new password, it won't let you pick a password that... Oh, I figured we'd be in the boss chamber already. Guess not. I'd really like an extra jump at this point, but that might not be in the cards for us. Because if you have an extra jump, you can head down there, down below anyway, and get whatever rewards are there. I guess the shotgun isn't so bad for shooting long ranges. You just kind of have to shoot a bunch of times. But if I had like an extra jump, I could, you know, jump straight down into the ring of... I'm not going to say death, because actually it's pretty safe down there. It's just the falling takes a little bit out of me. So we've got some health pickups. We don't seem to have anything else. We do have some secret areas, but again, if I don't have an extra jump, I'm not going to try for them. But I'm going to hop down here, because usually with this place, the rewards are worth it. Unfortunately, the falling damage hurts more than a little bit. Okay, do we have... Yep, we got a couple more spiky balls to deal with. I'm not going to... Oof, I think I got hit there. Yeah, I did. It was just one of those where it's like I got bounced around really strangely, and it was confusing. Okay, so what is this? This is critical serum, I think? I'm gonna hold out. I don't have a whole lot of money, and when it comes down to it, it's one of those where... Wow, I didn't take any damage from the lava. I am flabbergasted. But that lets me get a couple of things that I really want, aka health pickups and item charge. So my logic with the critical serum is like, yes, I could get it, but when it comes down to it, the chances of me getting something else that are equally viable are pretty high. We're still pretty early on in the game. As for this, I'm not going to risk it. I think we're about to go into the boss room, and as I said, I don't have any extra jumps, so, you know, just kind of launching myself up in hopes of getting up there, unlikely. It's not worth it. So let's just get through here. And is it... Oh, just one snow globe, bro. What? Okay, this is probably... I'm not going to say the biggest setup of Providence I've seen in a while. I'm going to use the speed boost to just kind of launch myself through here because it's safer. And... Yes, one singular snow globe, bro, is actually pretty non-threatening. And unfortunately, I feel like some of the loot and pickups are stuck underneath the lava, as usual. Usually a boss drops like an activated item or a weapon mod, and there's just no such thing here. So I think the lava did not manage to push it up, which is kind of a shame, but oh well. So we got a health pickup, which is good because we're a little injured, and I'm not going to tangle with hug bots because, you know, increases the difficulty and whatnot. And it's kind of frustrating. So, wow, only found 12% of the secrets there. That's not. Oh, thanks. We're going into the battlements, which is great. And for whatever reason, my like little Steam notifications are coming up. I never actually remember if those specifically show up on video or if it's only achievements. And if it is showing up on video, I apologize. I've turned it off in the past, and I'm not entirely sure why they're back on now, because I haven't changed any of my settings, unless they've been going all this time and I'm just like blind to it because I'm so focused on the game, which is highly likely. And I just realized I'm like doing daring do just to get some power-ups, or not power-ups even, just some pickup tokens, which is pointless considering they don't disappear. You really have to train yourself differently, like you're thinking differently. And I picked up some kind of, oh, I picked up 2 speed pickups. That's why I'm suddenly like flying all over the place like a crazy man, which is good. Speed is definitely going to be really useful for us here. The question is there anything else here? And again, I don't have to worry about the tokens disappearing, so I can kind of take my time with it. But at the same time, it's one of those, it's like, I don't want to spend all of my time just picking up every single token and forcing you guys to watch me through being more or less just kleptomaniac with everything. And I'd swear there'd be like a secret here or something. But there ain't, jack doodly doodle. Okay, so let's just get out of here. I mean, maybe you can hop out that window. I know you can hop out windows like that, because that's how I cheated my way past the mall once. But I'm not going to do that because I don't have any extra jumps, and that seems like it would be a wildly irresponsible way of dealing with my problems. Holy crap, what is with this room? It's like ET guns and shooting. It's the fastest shooting room I've ever seen. So we're actually in a pretty good spot. None of these guys can really hit us because we're moving so fast. I mean, we're getting hit a little bit, but it's well within like tolerable damage limits. It's also one of those where we do. There's something shooting at me. Oh, it's an 8-shooter. What the? I assume you guys saw that, but that 8-shooter just flat out disappeared. It didn't die. It just went poof, and that's confusing. That's very confusing. Oh, that's a big bomb. I'm very glad we're running Junkman actually in this run. We're very high flying. We're very fast paced, and we have no jumps. We haven't even gotten a jump height upgrade, which to me seems kind of weird. Like, usually at this point we have gotten some kind of set of upgrade tokens, and in fact, we got the might. The might has been really helpful, but we haven't gotten armor. Oh, come on. Is that what I think it is? Yep, that's another might that I'm likely going to be unable to get. There's a small chance I'll be able to get it through crazy platforming, but it's unlikely. And that's kind of one of the frustration things about this game. Is like, even if it drops, you can't always get it. And that kills just a little bit, because it's like, there's a might upgrade. It'll make you, twice as powerful or whatever, increase my damage. And you can't have it because you don't have jumps. And it's like, There's also a mystery box. And the question is, like, mystery boxes, are they even worth it in the case like this? And, like, the data that I gathered was like, well, it's a 50-50. I guess it's slightly more than a 50-50, but it's also one of those, it's like, if I got an armor reduction right now, we would be in a huge amount of trouble. If only because we have yet to get any kind of armor boost. And we're a bit flimsy. Luckily, we got a lot of pickups going for us, but that's not... Okay, so... I think I'm going to give this one shot, because I only have one shot. And that is... very unlikely. No. It ain't gonna happen. I was like, maybe I could hop onto that thing and keep hopping from there. But no, it didn't even work. And that makes me kind of upset, because I would love to get all of those nice pickups that are just sitting there taunting me. But there's no way I'm going to be able to get up top. Like, maybe I could have, actually, if I had started from here. But getting all the way across the room is very unlikely. If we had, like, one jump height or one double jump, we would be able to get everything, and it would have been really nice. But as it stands, we couldn't and didn't, and we've got some bullets flying along the floor. So I gotta just kind of progressively jump over them until we can get across, because there's a lot of terror and a lot of death floating above us. Luckily, that also means like an insane amount of loot, and if we can just hit them a couple of times to the point where some explode, we're going to get us a really nice chain reaction that will hopefully get us an insane amount of loot. I also have a lot of speed, so with any luck that will kind of invalidate the tank, and as usual, I am running, or not as usual, but as per this run, Junkman, so I don't actually have to worry too much, or I don't have to worry about at all about any of these things disappearing. I just really wish these bombs would flat out die. I guess I'll take out the saw blades, because it doesn't even feel like these guys are coming down. So I guess I'll just sit here and take pot shots at them until they're gone. Unfortunately, a lot of the upgrade tokens, or not upgrade tokens, the pickups are going to be sitting on those, I guess, walkways above me, and again, no jumps, so can't get them. Very frustrating, but I don't think we're going to need them. We're going to be probably full health by the time we're done with this room, and we're definitely going to be max weapon level. We're almost there already, and that's a really good thing. Okay, so every once in a while a bomb gets stuck in this state, and I can't ever tell if it's like because they're about to die, or if they're like bugged out or something like that. And you know what? I swear we are going to get at least one upgrade from this room, and I don't see a single one, which is actually very frustrating for me, because that means like 90% of this stuff on the ground right now is useless, because we're already max on both health and weapon level, and I would love to have some actual tangible upgrades that we're just not getting. And I've definitely had runs before where I've had like crazy luck and gotten all sorts of good equipment, and that's just not happening today. And that enemy died, but didn't despawn proper. Maybe it's because it's like stuck in the level architecture or something, but yet, no upgrade tokens. Some money. We're doing good on money. Hopefully we can find maybe a shop. Shop would be nice. Oh, and I don't know how I missed this back here, but I did, and oh well. So, oh, there, one of them finally exploded. Or, yeah. Yeah, I definitely turned around and saw all the stuff falling, and they're no longer there. Okay, so that's all the money, that's all the health. There's really no... Oh, not all the money. Because the money is like the only thing worthwhile here. Now, one other thing I would like to try, and I'll probably do this in flight, in the like flight special run, if I can do it, is you can actually get down to the town. I don't know if it's in this level or another level. Doomball, oh thank you. I was really hoping it wouldn't be Chompsalot, because Chompsalot right now would be seriously damaging for us, because we do not have the jumps to tango with the Chompsalot. And we are so fast, we didn't even get hit by the Doomball once. So let's not get hit by any of the bullets. And what is that? That's the Toga Trooper wing, which would have been, you know, hugely useful a couple levels ago. And, you know, I like the turbo button, but it's not very useful when we're already running 18 speed. So let's just get through here. Hope we get Hugbot Alley, maybe? Because that could not save the run, but it would give us a nice power boost. Nope. Straight to logistics. Okay. So... I'm thinking, it's like, we've got speed, we've got one might, we've got a fair amount of health, we got one extra health token, which has been useful, but not hugely helpful. We do a fair amount of damage. Difficulty reduction, that's going to be helpful. I still need a jump. I still need one jump, because if we don't have, like, any jumps, the Maw is going to be, like, insanely hard to fight. And, like, yes, I know you can bounce across the missiles, but even then, bouncing across the missiles is a pain in the butt if you don't have a couple of jumps to control your movement. There's an insane number of these guys. You'd think my shotgun pellets would actually rip through them, but no, they dodge right out of the way. It's frustrating. But, again, not the end of the world by any measure, and good, we took out the Lanternopholis? Yeah, for whatever reason I was thinking the Snow Globe Bros' name was Lanternopholis for a second. So yeah, we took out the mini lantern, which probably wasn't going to be that big of a deal for us, but it was going to be scary. There we go. And there we go. So they're all dead. We're full health. We've got a fair amount of money now. Let's buy that difficulty reduction, and we took no weapon damage from all of that, which is great. So, bleh. That's how I'm feeling right now. It's like that's kind of how this run is boiling down to. There's not much. Like, there's some EXP tokens, but really we just need upgrades. Armor, damage, health, anything like that, and we're not getting any of it. And it's like, you know what? We're actually doing pretty darn well for a Junkman run. Oh, it's this room? Oh, it's this variant of this room. So, it's one of those rooms with like an insane amount of motivational blocks, which are cool, but especially if you don't have the extra jumps, it makes rooms like this very terrifying. And I guess the only option available to us is not get stuck in a corner, but just kind of go for it and hope for the best, because I really don't have a good way of dealing with the, like, sheer terror, oh boy, that is this room. Okay, so there is our first real... I guess it's not even that much of a boost. It's a jump height. I thought it was going to be a double jump, and I was like, that is some kind of providence. Okay. So, this is going to be weird, because we've got a lot of exploding nonsense right below us, and I'd very much like to not get hit by any of it, because we've got a bunch of spiky ball launchers down below that can kind of mess with us. Oh geez. Well, this is not what I had in mind, but it'll work, because, oh, actually this is good. There's a shop here, and I think we're actually above, or more or less we're not in a situation where we can get hit by the spiky balls in this position, which is great. Fortunately, we've got these guys gunning for us, but I think they're pretty much all dead, and we've got a bunch of pickups sitting down below for us. And a health. Health, again, probably not the most useful thing in the world, but can't complain. It will give us some extra nice padding. I just really wish we could get some armor soon. Okay, now let's figure out where oh, there they are. Enemy number 1 right now, take out all of the spiky ball launchers along this wall, because if I can take them out, we're safe and can collect all of our stuff. And I'm not going to say we can explore, but we're going to have enough charge on the Toga Trooper wing to come back, and then we can kind of take our time with this room. Not like there's really anything left, but there's a lot of stuff down below, and since we've got the demotivational blocks down below, I'm just going to kind of launch myself for it, and really pray that oh, there they are. I was hoping there wouldn't be any more of these guys. I swear I took them all out, but I guess I couldn't see the ones that were directly below me. Okay, so we got some magnetism, which is good, but I want to largely avoid magnetizing most of these things until we've killed all of the spiky ball launchers. So I'm actually going to head over to this section here where I can dodge the spiky balls and, you know, shoot them easier, because, you know, trying to tango with spiky balls with demotivational blocks slowing your progress, not going to be a happy ending. Oh, they're above. Unfortunately, the motivational blocks make it very hard to see the spiky balls and the spiky ball launchers. Is that it? I don't see any more flying at me, and I don't see any more around. Okay, now let's get our just desserts, even though we largely don't need anything at this point. At least, that's on the floor. I was really hoping the magnetism would be something else, but considering we're running Junkman, magnetism is going to be helpful for just collecting everything. And at this point, I'm actually just kind of wasting time, because I don't need any of this stuff. Okay, let's go for an adventure. And by adventure, let's just go straight back up, and I guess get the hell out of Dodge, because there's no point in being in this room anymore. And apparently, I didn't actually garner enough charge on the Toga Trooper wing. Not like I was really expecting much, but it would have been nice to have that fully charged. Even though I don't think there are any secrets in here. Hard to say. So, with any luck though, it will be charged by the time I'm done with this room though, because there are a couple of secrets that I can get to only if I can get up high. And yep, okay, it's fully charged. That means good things if and only if I can get it. Oh wait, no, this is a different configuration. This is not the same room. I thought this was... Oh, it's this room. Okay, so this is not the room I was expecting, and I think I can actually get to the secret area without too much trouble here. But the flight might come in handy. But I think the flight is going to be more useful for the room immediately after this, come to think of it. So is that some weapon EXP? Pointless. Oh, and this is the elevator. Oh, nope, didn't make it, but I will come back for that later when it's not dangerous anyway, because that's the smart thing to do. We've got some ET guns, nothing particularly scary, actually. Oh, we got some tanks. That's the scary part. I was wondering, it's like, where is the... not silver lining, where is the you know, fine writing that tells me that I'm going to die here. Because usually there's like a bunch of mini Corneliuses that come after my face. In this case, it's a couple of tanks that are just kind of broing out in the center. It's like, okay, I can actually deal with that to a fair amount of success. Took some stupid damage there. But considering I'm not going to be taking any more damage in this room unless I start, you know, making some really stupid falls, then I'm not really concerned. Okay, let's grab the cash. Don't need any weapon EXP. See if I can get that one. Good. Okay. Now let's head for the elevator. Wait for it to come back down. And this time, let's launch ourselves into the secret area. It's a difficulty reduction. That is good. That is really good. Difficulty reduction probably isn't the most necessary thing in the world for us, but it's definitely going to be useful. Now, I think I saw over here that it's just a health pickup, a bunch of health pickups. So I'm not even going to bother with that. And Toga Trooper wing is full, so there's nothing left in this room, even though there's a lot of junk sitting around on the ground for me. And just like I thought, it is this room. And this room is kind of scary. We've got a lot of lasers coming for us, but I've already taken out the really scary part of it. Let's get through the fire and flames and get out of here before the spiky balls figure out that we're over here. Now, a lot of explosions, a lot of death. Let's see if I can hop over the bullets. Looks like that's not going to be a problem. And fire. Forgot about the fire. And since we have 0 extra armor, we're a little bit vulnerable to fire. And unfortunately, that means also if we go into the Sanctum and we don't have any extra armor, it means if we come across any of those like invisible laser guys, we're going to be in really deep trouble. Because those enemies are terrifying on so many levels. Mainly because, well, they chew through you if you don't have armor. And I don't have any. And I do feel like the Constellation Charger does give me like some kind of passive armorness. At least I feel tougher when using this gun as compared to like some other runs with some other guns. But I've never actually seen much of confirmation on it. So it's kind of hard to say. Maybe it's just I'm luckier, take less damage. I'm not sure. But I've never actually felt like I was in serious danger in this run. Which is kind of interesting. And, you know, seeing as we're running 2 difficulty reductions, it does mean things are going to be a little bit easier for us. But again, we don't have any extra jumps, so as much as I would like to say, oh yeah, we're going to have no trouble getting from point A to point B in all of this, that's a difficulty increase. At some point, I'm definitely going to go for a run where I actually do just pick up everything, kind of the Yes Man run I was talking about, but mostly just seeing if I could, like, what happens when you increase the difficulty intentionally. Because if I get the feeling picking up those difficulty increase things would actually, like, it's another speed boost. Weird. Well, I guess we're going to be Speedy Gonzalez today. Look at the level just whip past us. This is weird. But it's not what I wanted. I was really hoping I could get us some armor. It took a little bit of damage there. And there's some kind of token there. I don't know. I can't see it. So it must be like money or a passive. Either way, not very useful to us. We're just shy of max weapon level, but that's a pretty easy fix. And there's 1 health token over here that I can get. I believe we're going to go in to fight the boss, and I'm really hoping it's like... Oh, it's the pipe organ. Okay. I was like, I hope it's the Doom Ball, but no, we already fought the Doom Ball. And we do a crazy amount of damage. The Constellation Charger is never lacking for their damage, which is great. But... since we have very little armor, sticking around in here too long is terrifying. And I should be fine. There we go. Okay, what is it? Bounce. Bounce plus the Constellation Charger. This is going to be interesting. I had Bounce plus Egon's Pride, and that was pretty effective. Now, I will admit, Bounce is probably the most useless of all of the upgrades as far as, like, fighting any of the bosses go. Like, fighting the Maw with Bounce seems pointless to me. Uber would be really awesome. Precision would be kind of useless, only because the Maw is so big. But at the same time, Bounce could be kind of interesting for fighting all the enemies in the Sanctum, because I can start just shooting indiscriminately. Because, I mean, there's no reason why not to. So, hopefully the Toga Trooper wing will have finished charging so I can get across to some of the secret areas in here, but hard to say. Now we've got a bunch of the little guys, and they're concerning, because this is, I think, the farthest I've ever gotten without ever having an additional jump. In fact, I don't think I've ever had a run where I haven't gotten a single extra jump. And that's weird for me, because I'm used to being able to, like, fly all over the levels. And that's not happening today, and that's weird. Okay, so we got Toga Troopa Wing, just like I was hoping, because I believe the next chamber we're going to go into is going to have some secret areas that I would very much like to get to. But, again, still could use, like, 1 or 2 jumps. Seriously. At least before going off to fight the Maw, we're going to have 1 extra jump, which is going to be pretty helpful for us. So let's see, any more upgrades in here? The answer is no. Let's go see what unfortunate fate awaits us. And the answer is an insane amount of the little guys. Well, this is going to be interesting because I'm going to see if I can hit the lasers and hit all the enemies through the lasers, because if I can take out the lasers, that'll give me some room to maneuver. But if I can't, it's life. Okay, so bit safe here. Let's move over to this side, and I guess I have one alternative that I haven't really explored. Get the heck out of dodge before. Okay, now, actually, this is not a useful setup. I was like, oh, let's just get over here and we'll, you know, use that as kind of a kill hole. And then there were a bunch of 8-shooters shooting at us. So, you know what? I don't actually have much confidence in our ability to even fight the Gumball Machine as we are. Like I said, no armor. No real... Like, we do a fair amount of damage, and maybe we'll take out the, like, giant glowing ball of, I don't know, whatever the shielding is on the Gumball Machine, whatever you want to call that. But I still don't think we're going to have much luck doing anything beyond that. Because we move fast, that's for certain. But the Gumball Machine, there's just so much around that even moving fast is not going to be a huge boost, as opposed to, like, being slow, armored, and jumpy, because slow, armored, and jumpy really does win this game for you. Mostly. I guess I feel like I might be able to strafe over a lot of Maw's bullets, but that's... Oh, this is going to be bad for us. Because those are going to start exploding, and that's going to be a problem. At least there aren't as many anymore, and I can do this. The one problem with the Toga Troopa Wing is, if you notice, it doesn't actually have the exact same speed as my normal movement, so it kind of puts me into this weird floaty setup. And I guess that's what my flight run is going to be, if and when I do that. Well, I'm going to do that in 2 runs, but it definitely is, I'm going to say, a bit of like a culture shock, suddenly going slower than you normally go because you've used Toga Troopa Wing. And I wouldn't say it would be, you know, truly the best if you'd move at the exact same speed as, like, your normal speed, but it definitely would make it a lot more, I don't know, a lot less jarring than, you know, the way it does go. So, I always feel like this room is supposed to have a crazy amount of secrets in it, and the answer is it doesn't have any. In fact, like, you'd think, oh, I'll go spelunking down below. There isn't a gosh darn thing down there, except for, you know, spikes and unhappiness. But, you know what, oh well. So let's get all the pickups. I thought I killed all these things. Oh well, guess not. And I can't believe I haven't hit it. Or maybe I've hit it and it's just not accepting the damage. I do feel like my bullets are dodging the bomb though. Okay, so let's just pretend it's not there and really hope it doesn't come back to bite us in the ass. So we've got some power-ups, or not power-ups, some pickups that are going to be useful. Ooh, let's see what we get. Critical chance, minus. You know what? We can afford that. That's not going to be the end of the world for us, if only because we don't have a whole lot of critical chance to begin with. So losing some is not going to put us into, I don't know, the terrible zone. But what would have been the terrible zone is if we picked up an armor subtraction. Because like I said, no armor. This is going to be a hard this is going to be a hard fight. This is going to be a hard fight against the Gumball Machine, and this is going to be a hard fight against the Maw if we even get there. And you know what? Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Not the end of the world if we do. Because we got this far with Junkman and the Constellation Charger, which I believe I can semi-safely say is farther than I made it the previous time. Now, the one benefit is I can run and hop and scoot a lot faster than most other things can shoot me. So maybe even if we do have like a laser enemy to contend with, it's not going to be, you know, the end of the world. But hard to say. Okay, the one problem is when the shields go down like that, I actually have to stand still. And my greatest strength right now is speed and jumping, and I don't have much of that. Or, no, I don't have... I have plenty of that. It's just the question of, can I not take damage? Because if you notice, we're actually losing a fair amount of health here, and I don't want to get hit by the lasers. I don't want to get hit by anything else either. And we're 2 bars of health down, and... I mean, not in a terrible spot, but we're definitely not in a safe spot either. I'd love... I don't even know what happened there, but something happened. Okay, so we might actually beat the Gumball Machine. It's possible. We're doing better, and we haven't lost too much more health. And like, maybe just my weird bunny hopping left and right is working out in this case. It's hard to say. But I'm just going to keep strafing around and hoping for the best, because that seems to be our saving grace right now. Because we're not dying. Well, I mean, we're dying, but we're dying slow as opposed to we're dying fast. And that's good, because I think we got this. Like 2 more hits, and I apologize if, like, I sound manic. It's... Ooh, that was stressful. What was this one? Oh, what? Something hit me. Oh, that sucks. I got hit by something at, like, the very end. Maybe it was a shot from, like, a tank behind me. I'm not entirely sure. So, the transdimensional highway. No, I'm not going to go for it. The transdimensional highway is kind of useful, but not that useful. And I was really hoping I wouldn't have to do this, because I feel like killing all these Hugbots is really going to make the Maw harder. But considering we're at probably less than half health, kind of depends on if the main health bar is equal to one of the health upgrades or not. Either way, let's kill all the Hugbots. No option here, because we need the health, we need the upgrades. I'm gonna try and not kill any more though, because there's no point in killing extra once we've gotten what we need. I think that's all of it. Okay, so we're max weapon level, max health, and we probably just doubled our difficulty or something like that, but considering we did have a couple of difficulty reductions, that puts us in a kind of good place. Are we going to beat the Maw? Unlikely. We do damage. There's no denying that we do damage, but I've never had a run that I've made it through without an extra jump. If you notice, we just have jump height and a bunch of speed. And this is definitely going to make it interesting, because I might be able to jump over, like, the massive salvos of bullets. But it's hard to say. It's very hard to say. And, I mean, honestly, I'm not betting too much against or for my survival in this case. But, you know what? It's worth trying. Let's see if I can get over here before the missiles start flying. I should not have been as gutsy as I was. And I'm not looking forward to this, because this is terrifying. Oh. I already missed it. I was really hoping I could bounce across the bullets, but that did not happen here. Okay. Let's fight them all. And I've got the Toka Troopa wing, which is great. And bad. Because the Toka Troopa wing is going to make it easier for me to get back across if and when he goes into, like, fan mode. But the question is how... Ooh, we're actually doing a lot of damage to him. I'm most afraid of when he goes into bullet mode. Unfortunately, we're also taking a fair amount of damage ourselves, and that's slightly concerning. Unfortunately, my dodging is bringing me, like, back and forth between all of the laser fire, and that's not good. Okay, you know what? Maybe this is going to screw me over, maybe it's not. Hard to say. But I'm going to blow the Toka Troopa wing, see if I can get some shot. Why is he not taking any damage? I don't know. Oh, we're so close. This is actually pretty close. Oh, come on. This is going to hurt. Okay, so we got some super bullets that we need to contend with. And that's a problem. Now, if I could kill the mega cannons, oh, this might be kind of a blessing in disguise, because since we're running Junkman, I can actually kill those guys maybe get some health pickups. It seems very unlikely. I was really hoping our magnetism would work out in our favor. No, we're not going to make it. We're going to die. Wow. Yeah, had I, like, 1 or 2 extra jumps there, we actually would have killed it. No problem. But having to go across the lava to and from, and also having to go through the laser every single time we went through, that made it incredibly hard for us to do anything there. But honestly, that was a really good run. Like, look, we had nothing. Like, the 2 difficulty reductions made it easier. By far, that was definitely one of the easier runs I've done, considering what we were running. But at the same time, that was really hard. And nothing was exactly in our favor there, and I'm very glad we got as far as we did. So I'm going to count that as a win, even if we didn't kill the mob, because we were so close. And you know what? It worked. So I will see you guys on the next run of Tower of Guns, and as always, thanks for watching.